The Behemoth is probably the best developer out right now, and they've been the best since they put out Castle Crashers back in 2008. Almost 17 years later, and they're still updating it. I still remember playing this game on the Xbox Live Arcade when you could get 10 million XP in 2 seconds by throwing your boomerang at these pillars. I remember when the Snaky Mace was the best weapon in the game. I remember when Hattie Haddington was so hidden, you had to play a whole other game just to play as him. You did have to pay for a few characters though, so now with the remastered version, they're either included in the box or they're unlockable somewhere in the game. I actually have a copy of the game on Switch and it's super cool. I can't remember where I left it. Where could it be? It looks like the knight is guarding it. Let's go have a word with him. Oh great, Red Knight, wilt thou reveal the gift behind thine back, so that my eyes may gaze upon its beauty? Oh, that simply won't do. I have a duty to guard this from the eyes of the innocent. 'Tis a valuable relic indeed. It does look pretty valuable, but that's why I need it for a video. Video? What on earth are you talking about? What do you want for it? I could offer you something you can't resist. Get back, Demon! You will not persuade me with your seductive mannerisms. Relax, will ya? Say, if I can't see it with my eyes, then will you show it to me if I look away? So long as you're not looking, I don't see why not. Okay, cool. Just point it to that camera over there. Camera? This flower must be speaking in ancient tongues. Very well then, I will show you this relic as long as you promise to look away. As you can see, the art is very beautiful, because I'm there. The bag showcases just a small number of the evils I've encountered through my travels. Venturing inside, you may notice the cartridge in which the game takes place. Here we have the Book of Secrets, and tucked away behind that is the fabled character sheet, where the faces of legends reside. If you listen in on what the book has to tell you, it may whisper secrets on how to unlock every character in the game. It may even paint for you a beautiful picture, fleshing out the world of Castle Crashers. Yes. The art has this crude yet playful energy to it. It's cool, but it's also cute. It's vibrant and colorful, yet dangerous and foreboding. There's real tension and dread in some of these places. The atmosphere locks you in and keeps you there, but it never loses its ability to catch you off guard with its goofier moments. While the visuals set the scene, it's the music that breathes life into this game. For real, good luck finding a better soundtrack in a game than Castle Crashers. You have these playful tunes befitting the cartoony style this game has. You have these ominous tracks that make you second guess taking another step ahead. There's the grandiose and epic tracks that emphasize the historical adventure you've embarked upon. You also got these confident rhythmic beats that go so damn hard. This game's soundtrack was a true collaborative, creative effort, a tapestry of styles woven together by various indie composers from Newgrounds. It's undoubtedly a labor of love, and we haven't seen much like it since. But above all else, it's the gameplay that makes Castle Crashers so addictive. On the surface it looks like just another beat 'em up, a genre that, while fun, never managed to really hook me. Look a little deeper though, and you'll find a surprising wealth of mechanics and playstyles that make Castle Crashers stand head and shoulders above every other game in the genre. On normal mode, button mashing is actually pretty viable. Once you enter insane mode though, those same strategies that once carried you through the game start to fall apart.
What the fuck just happened?
You gotta be careful, dude. You can't just go out playing how you want.
You must rise from an apprentice to a master, learn to discover the enemy's weaknesses and explore new strategies. You must learn to juggle. You see, many of the regular enemies can be grouped into 3 categories: lightweight, middleweight, and heavyweight. In order to survive insane mode, you'll have to learn how to deal with each type of enemy properly, and that's where juggling becomes an essential skill to have. There are 2 combos you'll mainly want to learn. First, there's light, light, heavy, heavy. This is what you'll want to use against lightweight enemies. It works by first collecting the enemies in the air, and then slamming them down into the ground, where they'll bounce back up and bring more enemies into the combo. This is great for crowd control. You can perform this infinitely, but the timing is a little tricky, so I recommend practicing on the locked door in the animal arc. Once you master it though, you'll never find the need to remaster. The second combo you'll want to learn is light, heavy, heavy. This one's good for dealing with middleweight enemies. You can't juggle them forever, but the timing isn't as hard to get down. You unlock the ability to perform this combo once you reach level 8, and from there you can actually use it to just straight up fly. You can fly over obstacles or make your way up to hard to reach places. You can even use it to juggle your own friends.
Yes!
There's so much depth to this game's combat that I'm still learning new things. I figured out you can juggle the slimes by starting with the downward slam and going into the middleweight juggle. I figured out you can juggle heavyweights by diving into them and doing the same thing. You can juggle the beefies, and you can even juggle the necromancer by throwing him upwards and going into the middleweight juggle. I don't actually know how long you can keep him in the air for, but I try as hard as I can every time I fight him. It's always so fun. Every hit you land in this game feels incredible thanks to the juice that it has. The sound effects combined with the expressiveness in the way the knights are animated, plus the way the screen shakes when you slam them back into the ground, perfectly performing a combo has never felt so good. From the way your knight's face writhes in agony when he gets hurt, to the way he looks back at whatever treasure he's just unearthed, to the flashing bones of a group of electrocuted enemies, to the way different combos seamlessly flow and chain together. Every action you perform has weight behind it. The game constantly rewards you for simply playing. It's not just swordplay either. The magic in Castle Crashers brings that same kind of satisfaction. The way a splash attack tears through a tough enemy is just so good. Making this even better is how you upgrade your stats, which doesn't just unlock new spells, it evolves them. The more you level up magic, the more your splash attack grows into something so destructive. Making this even better still is how forgiving the magic system is. You have so much freedom to spam these attacks like crazy, since the meter is always quick to refill. Instead of making the game too easy, it empowers you by giving you the proper tools to deal with the challenges that insane mode throws at you. Of course, magic isn't the only tool at your disposal. I'm talking about the weapons. Castle Crashers give you an incredible amount of options when it comes to these things once you unlock them. Every weapon changes your stats in some way. Some giveth, others taketh away. Some even come with bonus effects like fire, ice, electricity, poison, or critical hit, and even the chances of these effects landing can vary based on the weapon. You can pick whatever looks the coolest, or you could experiment. It's so much fun trying out different weapons you wouldn't normally use, since the right weapon can completely change how you approach a fight. I also like that there's no definitive best weapon in the game, it all just depends on your preference. Unless we're talking about the pencil from that new Painter Boss Paradise DLC. 7 magic plus defense and agility for a level 1 weapon? Are you kidding me? Anyway, don't be afraid to try out that one weapon you've had your eye on. You'd be surprised how different it feels in action compared to what its stats might suggest. You never know which one might end up being your new favorite. Take Joey for example. He used to main the evil sword, but these days you'll catch him doing a massacre or two with that chainsaw. But the weapons are only one piece of the puzzle. What really makes this game so insanely replayable is the character variety. Almost every character has their own unique set of magical abilities, making each playthrough feel distinct. It's always so exciting unlocking a new spell after I level up my magic, and rushing to a shop or something to test it out. Some characters are better than others, but it's a little hard to say who's the best and who's the worst. And before you say it, Green Knight is not the worst. I know he has a clunky heavy attack, but he can still juggle just fine once you learn the timing. Plus his magic is awesome. And I haven't even touched on the animal orbs yet. These things can boost your stats, ram enemies, maul you, shoot enemies, but the best one's gotta be Hawkster. This dude pecks at fallen enemies and almost always brings you a piece of fruit from their body. Put everything I said together, and suddenly you've got a build that feels tailor-made for you. The sheer variety on display is incredible. I never get tired of playing this game because every new combination opens the door to a different way of playing. And that creativity doesn't just stop with your builds. Castle Crashers itself is bursting with creativity, from using a lobster as a weapon, to throwing rainbows at people and turning them gay, to hitching a ride on a dead body through some rapids, to eating a sandwich and becoming a better version of yourself. It feels like anything can happen in this game. Like when you ride a baby deer through an abandoned mill to escape a ridiculously huge troll boss, but one of the deer is being propelled by its poo. Much later on, if you look closely at the background at the full moon, you can catch a glimpse of that same deer shooting through the night sky. The game is filled with little details like this. There are giant creatures in the corners of the map that just want to say hi. There's a sign in Lava World that says no active volcanoes next to the countless bodies solidified in magma. There's a statue of a snake person shaking hands with a fish person, suggesting they must have struck some kind of peace treaty. It's these bursts of personality that give the game its charm and really make it stick in your memory. Now, the only thing better than playing Castle Crashers for the first time is playing Castle Crashers for the first time with your friends. Just like the Halo campaigns, this game shines in co-op. Any good co-op experience lets you F with your buddies, and this game is no exception. You can steal each other's gold if you don't want to share, you can revive each other in a less than favorable situation, you can fight to the death, either for a princess's kiss or just for the glory. There's also the arena mode with lots of different game types to choose from. You can duke it out normally, quick draw is a fun one, the treasure mode is the most evil mode in any game. You can also play the beefy mode where you eat live chickens and gain unimaginable strength to beat your friends to a pulp. So speaking of that, I wonder what Joey has to say about this game.
Why do they keep going on the ground?
I've never heard him more angry.
I've mentioned Insane Mode a few times now, so what is it exactly? It's basically this game's New Game Plus. Once you beat the game with a certain character, that character can then enter Insane Mode, where basically every single enemy has 10 times the health and deals 10 times the damage. In any other game, this would definitely be unfair. But in Castle Crashers, there's so much room for skillful play that Insane Mode simply becomes a great, fun challenge. To me, this is where the real game starts. All of Normal Mode is just my training arc to prepare for Insane Mode. Insane Mode also hides some rare weapons to buy and characters to unlock. It's also where you'll find the greatest challenge this game has to offer, the Necromancer fight. In co-op, it's no big deal, but good luck beating this solo. This fight asks of you to know every juggle, but if you start flying around, the beefies will have something to say about that. This fight asks of you to use the D-pad to move around, since you'll be quicker to change directions and less likely to get hit. This fight asks of you to know who to take down in what order, to kill the alien hominid at the beginning of Wave 2 to slow down the beefy bear, to know which enemies are actively going after you, which enemies are playing support, and which enemies are just strafing around at supersonic speeds. Calling this fight insane would be a massive understatement. You need to be an actual master of disaster to come out on top. If you ever need help with this fight, I recommend the guide that the Arcade Classics made. This guy has it down to a science. It's pretty incredible what he can do. He actually did a full Insane Mode playthrough with Slatari. I used to study this thing a lot back in the day. And I found out about these guys from GameSketch, whose channel is now called William Adams. His Insane Mode Let's Play really got me into Castle Crashers, probably way more than I would have been otherwise. I even managed to get into one of his crappy pasta videos, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, huge props to this guy for helping me fall in love with this game. Before closing out, I've got to give a special shout out to Sea Crashing. These short cartoons by Alpha995 capture the exact chaotic and hilarious energy of Castle Crashers better than anything else I've ever seen. They still hold up super well, and I definitely recommend checking them out. Castle Crashers is a game that I think should be studied. It's an example of what video games can be at their very best. It's the kind of masterpiece that every other game should strive to match. I still don't know how much of this game was genius design and how much was lightning in a bottle, but the end result is kind of a miracle. Obviously, I have a deep love for this game. It's one that shaped me into who I am through my early teenage years. So thank you to Tom Fulp, Dan Paladin, and everyone else who worked on this game. I'll continue to support you through Newgrounds since it's the one place I truly believe in with all my heart, and I just want to see it last forever, man. Thank you.
eats you from behind. His tongue is
He eats my butt from behind.
Joey, I'm dead! Joey! What the heck was I supposed to do?
Wait, I'm hitting something over here.
Wait, what? What the hell are you hitting?
What is this? It's scaring me. Whoa. Oh.
What?
Dude! What?
Joey, don't ram the train on me. Watch out, watch out.
What? What the?
I gave you a huge warning.
I forgot about those.
Ow.
Really? 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 Dude! What?
Sorry.
What the fuck?